This video is made for adult collectors because Megatron turns into an actual literal cannon. This 2-pack is great because you get little tiny pudgy choo-choo train, right? You know, cool little tiny yellow train, and then giant cannon with studded scary wheels. It's hilarious. The previous 2-pack I liked. I had my issues with the figures, but it was a pretty even pack for me of two pretty decent figures. Here though, that's not the case because you get one really good one and Bumblebee. This is Bumblebee and Megatron from the Hearts of Steel Timelines 2-pack. Shout out to my friend Ed for picking this up for me at San Diego Comic-Con, and then UPS throwing it everywhere but my house for a good 2 weeks. Thanks, UPS. Here they are, and oh, B looks not great, but we'll start with Megatron first. I love these colors for Megatron. More of this, please. He is using that unpainted gray, which is but this dark gunmetal bordering on black looks so swish, and he's got rivets and studs all over him. And the head, it's a more stylized swooping take on the bucket, but I really enjoy it. He's also extremely clean looking, nothing bad hanging off the back. The cannon does sit on the top, or like on the top side-ish of the forearm rather than on the actual side, because yeah, there's no place to put it on the side. The wheels on the shoulders look pretty badass, but they are also the only thing I don't like about this figure. Not in how they look, because they look fantastic. More so that if you move the arms forward and then out, it really limits the shoulder articulation. It's actually like limits quite a lot. Other than that though, I think this is great. Bumblebee, It looks really off. The proportions, the placement of the limbs, it's all out of whack to me. The colors are great though, with the gunmetal and the yellow mixed with the bits of gold. Looking at him from like the side on, you can see his torso isn't complete at all. It looks really odd. He's just like, it looks awkward in every pose I get him in or any angle I shoot him at. He comes with a gun and a hammer, and they both look neat. The gun is tiny, but I mean, it is Bumblebee. Head sculpt is nice too. I like the silver face. I've got no complaints with how the head actually looks, except for the fact that it's really small. But yeah, this robot, it's just not doing it for me. You are not supposed to be here. You are supposed to be here. So these two, it's kind of a similar situation to like these two, where one has really good articulation and one doesn't. It's like that, but in the sense of they both have the same amount of joints in them. It's just one is nicer to use and one isn't. So we'll get the good one out of the way first. So Megatron's head is on a ball joint, so you get a nice rotation. He can look up quite a fair amount, and he can look down quite a fair amount, and you get some really nice tilt. So I really like the range of the ball joint on this head. The shoulders can rotate, they can go out that far with the wheels, but then if you move them forward, they can only go out that far because the wheels bump into the back. If this was on like a double hinge to get out of the way, that would have been cool, but I don't know if there's space in there. I don't know. You got bicep rotation, you have double jointed elbows. Nothing at the wrist because they have to do this for transformation, so that makes sense. You do have a waist joint. The hips can go forward, they can go back, they can go in and out. As you can see there, it's a little bit awkward. If you have them rotated like this will bump into the top here. So if you want to get the hips all the way out, you have to make sure they're fully straight, then move them, then rotate the hip. So it's a little bit weird, but it gets there eventually. You got thigh rotation that clicks for some reason. You have over 90 degrees of bend at the knee because of the transformation, and then the ankles can go down. They can't go up, and you get at the tiniest bit of pivot. And it's because, like, where this is located with this bar here, there's no, like, you don't get a lot of room for an ankle tilt. Oh, great. Now I can't get it back on. This might have been a bad idea. But yeah, oh, and the fusion cannon can either be off to the side like this on top of the wrist or over the wrist entirely. Bumblebee, oh boy. So the head can rotate and go down because it likes to do that. He can look up that far, he can look down that far, and you get a little bit of tilt, so, you know, not bad. The shoulder pads, they can move up and down. The shoulders themselves, they can go forward that far, they can go back that far, they can go out. You have bicep rotation, which in turn likes to shift the shoulder down because the bicep rotation is super stiff and the shoulder doesn't actually lock in. You do have a single jointed elbow that bends 90 degrees, and then the wrists can go down. Again, the wrists don't lock in, so they like to flick back and forth a lot, especially on my copy. I'm going to take the weapons out of his hand. There's no wrist swivel, but the wrists do like doing this quite a bit, which is a little annoying. It's actually quite annoying. He does have a waist joint, and because of transformation, doesn't have a backwards ab crunch. So you have that. This doesn't click in either, so it just moves. You have hips that can go forward that far, they can go back that far, in and out. Thigh rotation. You have a single jointed knee that, we'll get there, that bends all the way, and then the ankles can go down. They can go up a little bit, and you do have ankle pivot. Now this one fell out right out of the box and refuses to stay in place. And I think it's because one of the nubs in here is just like that one has just filed itself down. So it doesn't stay. So I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna pose it. Oh, there it goes. There goes the foot. It's really unfortunate and kind of annoying because I was looking forward to the Bumblebee, but like now he's a pirate. I also just noticed, you can kind of see them there. Focus. There we go. Those are bits of yellow plastic that have come off of Bumblebee somewhere. Like I really like Megatron a lot. Bee's kind of stinky, but their alt modes is really where these two, especially Bumblebee, shine. Go away, Adobe. I'm not updating the app while I'm using it. All right, we're gonna get the good one out of the way again, because I really don't want to handle the bad one right now. So Megatron's transformation, the instructions tell you to remove the fusion cannon. You don't have to. That can stay on throughout the whole thing, which is awesome. So to start with, we're going to open this section up, fold the head around, and then close that back up there. Then we're going to peg the legs together, fold the feet in, rotate the waist 180 degrees, and then this little tab's gonna go into that little slot in his butt. So you're gonna fold that around and boom. Ta-da, that's the back of the vehicle done. Now the front of the vehicle, you wanna take this section here and open it up, fold the fist in and fold up this little, excuse me, little cannon thing, which it would be neat if in robot mode you could fold that out, but this doesn't close all the way when you do that. It's a little unfortunate. But you bring this all the way around, then you rotate the hand or the arm 180 degrees and you bring it over like that, and it will just peg into the side, and then that will peg into the top like that, forming that wheel. And then this side, same thing, except you just gotta like move the fusion cannon out of the way first. That's the only difference. Fold that around, bring this up. Oh, the fusion cannon fell off. Bring this up and around, fold that over, peg it into place, bring this whole assembly down, and there you have Megatron in cannon mode. So easy to do. I really like flipping this thing back and forth. I just wish this locked in. Oh boy. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do with Bumblebee is fold his feet in so they don't fall off. There, now it won't fall off. Peg that together and just leave it there. Fold the hands in. This is kind of similar to Prime, where it's really complicated in the torso and not in a super fun way, but at least Prime, I still enjoy doing it. This I don't. So you want to fold this section up, bring these out, bring this entire assembly around, whilst getting everything situated back here as well with the hips. Bring this section in and together. That went together surprisingly well. Normally it doesn't. And then you want to push the head. And this is the most annoying part, because if the shoulders aren't properly lined up, like fully 100%, the head doesn't want to go in. And if the shoulders aren't lined up, you have to then open the whole thing up again to make sure they are lined up. Now it's being annoying to get. So then we bring that up again and then push the head in. There it goes. Bring this up. That'll peg into the sides of the train. Then the arms come up, and then you take this, you bring this around, and that will peg into the side of the arm on either side. Then you take the gun, you plug it in to here with the barrel facing like him. This will not peg together. Why will this not peg together? Come on, peg into place, train wheel, there we go. And then you take the hammer and it will slot into here and into there and just close that up. And there you have Bumblebee's train. Here they both shine. Megatron's cannon mode is, well, a friggin' proper cannon, and that looks great. The studded wheels means he rolls so damn well on a soft surface, not a hard one. And even for clipped wheels, they spin quite a lot. And I thought the folding legs would bug me at the back, but they really don't. It's very solid, though the waist can rotate. I do wish there was like a tab to lock the feet in, but it doesn't move all the time. It is just slightly annoying. And the cannon, sadly, isn't blast effect compatible. It would have been cool if he came with like a cannonball blast effect, like if it had an energy beam and then like an actual cannonball in the end. Bumblebee, this is where this figure comes to light. It looks so good. A little chibi steam train looking dude. I love all the details on the front and the use of the use of me dying, apparently. The use of gunmetal gray. The weapons store very nicely underneath, and it's all around just like a nice little train. Though he rolls okay, one of my wheels is just a teeny bit stiff. Solid alt mode though. This set is just an odd one, because Megatron I really like. My only complaint is the shoulders. Like, my only massive complaint is the shoulders anyways. Bumblebee though only really works in alt mode for me. His robot just looks way too awkward, and I don't think it helps that he's the smallest of the four, so cramming all that engineering into a small deluxe doesn't work. But that's my look at the Hearts of Steel Megatron and Bumblebee Timelines 2-pack. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.